So before I really get rocking here, I want to map out my ad. So like, what's the campaign's going to be? Is it buyers? Is it sellers? Is it listings? Is it video? And then I like to go from there. Okay, so say it's buyers. What are the areas that I want to target? Maybe you're doing a relocation ad. Which places are you going to be targeting? That's going to affect the ad copy. It's going to affect the descriptions. It's going to affect the links that you put in on the ad. So map everything out so that way when you actually go in and start building them, you're not just sitting there twiddling your thumbs trying to figure it out. It's already done for you. So let me show you what that looks like. Alright, when it comes to mapping out your ads, you want to make sure that you actually have a layout to go off of to make things go a little bit faster for you. So this is a layout that I use. Pretty basic, but it's basically just one of those things where you're going to be able to lay it out quickly, so then that way you don't miss anything and you make sure you get all the important stuff. So very first thing is campaign. So let's just say this is for real estate. Is it a buyer campaign? Is it a seller campaign? What are you looking for? Is this a product that you're selling? Is this a local campaign that you're trying to drive business straight to your business location? What is the campaign? So I'm going to use this as a real estate example here because we do a lot of real estate ads. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be a buyer campaign. Alright, simple. Okay, let's go ad groups. When it comes to ad groups, when it comes to a buyer's campaign with ad groups, this is going to be the different areas that you focus on. So I'm going to use Las Vegas as an example. Be Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Summerlin, Aliante, Paradise, Henderson, any of the areas. If this is a product, maybe you have multiple products that you're pushing out. If this was anything else that's in your business, this is where you basically are able to separate the specific things, the specific products into their own ad copy, their own headlines, their own descriptions. Basically, you carry the same campaign, but it's going to basically allow you to break things up to make it more specific. So you can have specific keywords that go with each ad group. You can have specific headlines, specific descriptions, specific copy that works for every single ad group. So we're going to use this real estate example here. So I'm going to say, let's go Aliante, North Las Vegas, Summerlin, Providence, Sky Canyon. Gonna go Mountains Edge and Rhodes Ranch. Alright. Now keywords. This is very important. So with it being a buyer campaign for real estate, we're going to focus very specifically on these areas, because for this you don't want to just say homes for sale. You don't want to say houses for sale, homes for sale near me, things like that. Those are very generic keywords. You want to be specific with the ad groups of what you're doing. So if you're going after Providence, Sky Canyon, you want to say homes for sale in Providence, houses for sale in Providence, Providence real estate for sale, Sky Canyon new builds for sale, right? You want to make sure you put those keywords, which is the ad group areas, in there. If this is a product and you're pushing forward specific products, you want to make sure that that product is in there, or variations of it that make sense. So I'm just going to say a handful here, because you're going to want to check out the keyword research tool. Check out that video, because that's going to go in further depth of how we actually figure out the keywords. So I'm just going to put a few here that make sense. Alright, now extensions. First off, what is an extension, right? So when you ever look at an ad and you see there's the headline, there's the description, and then below it there's little hyperlinks, there's little blue links. Those are a site link extension. Now you have site link extensions, you have call extensions, which allow you to put your phone number on there. You have location extensions, which allows you to put your Google My Business, your Google Business profile, as they call it now. in there. It allows you to put more things that make your ad look better. So as far as extensions go, I'm going to say site links, callouts, snippets, call, location, and that will work for there. And I'll show you what that looks like when we're putting an ad together. So locations, where do we want to be? So when it comes to a buyer campaign, honestly, local's great, but out of state is fantastic too. So if you're in a specific area and you know people are coming to your location, you really want to be marketing in those areas. This is what's really, really cool about these specific areas. Homes for sale in Aliante, houses in North Las Vegas for sale. When you're specific like that, you can run it all over the United States if you want, because people are being specific on searching for areas here in Vegas. Even if it's like a Las Vegas ad, I would say, you could say Las Vegas homes for sale, houses for sale in Las Vegas, real estate for sale in Las Vegas, that kind of thing. People are searching for that. So no matter where they're searching from, you want to make sure that your ads come up for those keywords. Now you got to have a little bit bigger budget to be able to do that because you're spreading your ads out further. So a lot of people try to stay more local, which would be like here in Vegas would be like Clark County or even just Las Vegas or Henderson or North Las Vegas. Get very, very specific if you want. I personally like to focus on a handful of states that make sense for real estate. People moving to Vegas, the leads are actually a little bit more cost effective out of state, one, and two, most of the people we talk to from out of state don't have an agent yet. So it's pretty awesome because it helps you build that rapport and lock that client down faster, because a lot of people here in Vegas already have 15 realtors that they know of, whether they're related to them or a friend of a friend of a friend or just friends in general, right? So if you're local, most of the time they already have a realtor. It's kind of hard to sway them one way or another if they're not already your client. Out of state people, it's a lot easier to get them as a client and be able to build that rapport. So I'm going to say, we're going to go California, we're going to go Arizona, we're going to go Nevada, we're going to go Michigan, New York, Florida, and Illinois, if I could spell it right. Those are actually really good areas that people move to Vegas from. And believe it or not, I've been able to get leads from every single state. It doesn't matter if it's Hawaii, Oregon, Colorado. I mean, it does not matter. We've been able to pull leads from every single state. Basically, once you figure out which state the majority of them are coming from and the good leads are coming from, then you hone in on the cities that they're coming from. Then you hone in on the counties they're coming from. Then you hone in on the inner cities from there that they're coming from. So you're going to start seeing that bubble continuously get tighter and tighter, so then you're really going after the right niche of people. Takes some time to do that, but it works extremely well. Now, if you're marketing a product, which locations do you want? If it's a digital product, I mean, who freaking cares? You can put it everywhere as long as you got the right audiences, right? If it's a physical product that somebody might necessarily have to come pick up, you might want to go more local. So just think about it that way. Now, the scheduling for real estate, for real estate, I like to do, my num lock is off. Let's go 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Reason being for that is that's when somebody's available to answer the phone and call that lead if it comes in, right? We're big family people over at the Everett group, so we want to make sure that our people aren't smashing the phones when it's family time, right? And still, I mean, you got to drop kids off at school, you got dinner and stuff, but that's kind of a good time that allows us to actually get a hold of these people. Plus, by having our ads run from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., it actually makes our budget only run during that time for that 12 hours, which is awesome, because then we keep our budget in a much tighter spot instead of blowing it all over the place and blowing it throughout the night. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. If you got a big budget, who freaking cares? But if you're going to run a tight budget, you want to keep the scheduling tight, and you really want to be able to get somebody on the phone. If somebody's searching, you want to be able to hit them up right away. Now, again, if you're selling a product, it really might not matter. But if you're doing like a local business ad, you probably want to go during work hours because that makes sense for people to actually visit your business. Now let's go audiences. Who's your audience, right? For this one as a buyer campaign, it'd be home buyers. So, and when we actually build the campaign in one of the other videos, you'll actually see where the audiences are as far as that you get to choose from, and then ones that you can, just cool ways of being able to find some. Because what's interesting is the audiences, home and garden is a really good audience that we get a lot of people from. Business professionals, another really good one that we get people from. There's relocation stuff, there's people, there's moving, there's retirement, there's all these different things that allow you to target in a good way. Believe it or not, homeowners is kind of a crappy audience. I don't know why, but it's extremely expensive to run at homeowners for some weird reason. So we get much better results, honestly, looking at luxury shoppers, seasonal shoppers, home and garden. Those do really, really well. Some entertainment stuff and business professionals. It's a really good one. So what's the goal for this one? Get leads, right? And website traffic. So your goal might say sell a product or download an app or get store visits. Destination, that's a URL. LasVegasHomesLV.com. That's where we're sending them. And we never send them straight to the home page. We always make sure that they're going to go to where they can search for properties. If you're running ads and you're saying homes for sale in Summerlin and they go to your home page, you're done. You lost them. You might as well quit right now. You better send them to a page that is a search for Summerlin. If you say homes for sale in Sky Canyon, they better go to a search for Sky Canyon. If you're not sending them where the keywords that they typed in are asking, you already lost them. You're just going to spend a lot of money on people clicking on your ads. As soon as they get to your website, they're going to bounce. So you want to make sure that you give them exactly what they say. Now, if you have site links that say homes with a pool, on the golf course, you better have your search already filtered down for those, or you've lost them. Same thing with products. If you're sending them, if you have an ad groups of say 6 to 8 different products, and depending on what that ad group is, the keyword that you're running and all of that, if you send them to a different product, it doesn't make sense. If you send them to a homepage with all your products, again, doesn't make sense. You want to send them exactly on what they asked for. That's the whole point of an ad. You give them what they asked for, and when you're able to filter something down even more with a site link, you better give them that filtered down search. So this is a quick way to be able to just to kind of build your stuff out right here in a right in front of your face type situation. So when you actually go put the ads together, it's easy to follow in line. So when I do the ads, I'll show you what I do as far as how the structure of it goes. It'll be a little bit of a longer video because I'm going to cover the majority of the stuff all in one shot, because that's exactly how you'll be doing it when you do the ads all the way through. And then once one ad group is done, it's pretty simple to do more from there. A lot of it is auto-populated, which is extremely cool because then you just have to switch out some words and go from there. So this is how I map out the ads, and this works for anything, whether you're doing real estate, whether you're doing products, whether you're a local business, you're downloading apps, does not matter. This is a great layout to get you going. So I put this down below so that way you can actually run through it as well, just real quick, copy it, paste it in a Google Doc just like this, and you're good to go.